Oh, let's go, everyone. Let's live the high life. Treat ourselves to all the spicy premium scenes that our hearts can contain. And enjoy the luxuries of Night City's wealthy elites. Until it's all ripped away from us and we go back to getting 2-cent hookers off the street. I'm just messing with all of you, or am I? But this is one of the most important questions that you have to make the first time you load up Cyberpunk 2077. What life path do you want to live? Do you want the Corpo life, the street kid life, or the nomad life? Considering that each life path offers more gameplay changes than you might actually even think of. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your pal Flix here, and today we're going over everything we know about life paths and making the case for corpos. Stay tuned for Nomad and Street Kid, vids very soon. But before I even go any further, did you know there are specific quests that you could actually be locked out of doing or get the opportunity to do depending on your life path? Yeah, it's pretty insane. It isn't just the start of your game, dialogue, and gameplay. It's the actual quests that you can get locked into doing or have the opportunity to do. The replayability is actually insane in Cyberpunk 2077, but I'll get back to that in a sec. First, I gotta say, there's no leaked stuff in these gameplay info vids, in case you're wondering for the future or any critiquing, okay? I'm just giving you info here. You shall be brainwashed into forever remembering this. Wink, wink. Now, if you enjoy this video at any point, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more daily, top quality content and premium Judy scenes. You know, it's gonna make it into every single video. Alright, talk about quite a split in the community. Depending on which community you ask, the majority of people might want Corpo, maybe Street Kid, or maybe Nomad. Literally dozens of polls have been made and they all get different results. Completely different ones, which one wants, which completely different results on who wants what. It's very split down in thirds. About to say split down the middle, but there's 3 of them. But some people just don't have an exact understanding in what these life paths do or what they impact or if they're even important, because the life path trailer did actually really, I guess, explain it properly. So I'll give you the basic simple version, like 10 seconds, because I'll be making a follow-up vid closer to launch on what life path perfectly fits you personally. But the simple version is the life paths aren't just your character V's backstory. For the backstory, yes, it determines where you start off in Night City. Night City's cruel, unforgiving, insane environment. Street Kid starts off in the streets of Haywood, Nomad in the Badlands, and Corpo in the Arasaka Tower. So your first around 30 minutes to an hour of gameplay is playing through those life paths, or story origins you could think of it. During all the life paths, your character meets Jackie Wells one way or another, and you end up becoming mercenaries for hire with Jackie. You know, our good pal Jackie. He's a real bro. So after the 30 minutes to an hour, it's around how long these like origin stories are, 30 minutes to an hour. No matter what, all the life paths converge onto one another, or you can think of it of like they kind of get squished into one thing, like salads, except do you even squish salads? That's a really weird salad you squish. What type of examples am I giving, honestly? Like squish salad? Seems I was better equipped to give you some premium examples than this, but yeah, they all lead to the same point where you gotta work with Jackie and Dex, or Dexter Deshawn, but we know we're friends, so we call him Dex until he gives us a reason not to be. You work towards the Arasaka heist, aka taking the prototype biochip called the Relic, which houses our boy, the one and only, the living legend, depending on what you call living, what you actually define it as, the living legend, the rocker boy, and famously known as Alt Cunningham's boyfriend, which is obviously his biggest accomplishment, Johnny Silverhand, or Silverhand. I don't remember what one of them said. It was a pretty cool way they said it. I'm not going to edit it in because that's a little bit too much for me. Which, just a little fun fact here, because it's fun giving out some, little did you knows in these videos. Keanu Reeves might actually be in the lore now. It depends on what is canon, but it's definitely being joked a lot that him and Silverhand might both be in the lore at the same time. But anyways, that was just a quick did you know, and fun thing. Now I think we have to skip over to quests, because you can actually get locked out of quests depending on your life path. But Flix the Devs never said that. Where did you get this from? Where? How dare you say this? Take it back right now. I want to do all my quests as blank life path. First, you've broken my poor, poor heart. I can't handle this. But unfortunately, I don't have a pair of tanks to protect my heart like Judy, so I'm gonna have to suck it up. But yeah, some quests being locked out of you depending on your life path isn't, generally known information, so I don't blame you for not knowing this. It's actually very, very hidden and almost never addressed, which is funny. But a YouTuber actually got herself into the game. I don't actually remember who it was, but I remember she worked for IGN, I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm not researching someone's entire history unless they're in a video game. Give me Saburo. I'll like even know who his great dog was. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, anyways, so she had herself put into the game as an NPC, a character with her own quest to do, and she kind of explained what her character will be doing in Cyberpunk 2077, and she let it slip that her character's quest is only available to the Nomad Life Path. I was about to say Corpo, no, only available to the Nomad Life Path, which she later says is why she's so hyped for Nomad. Because, she'll see herself in game and do her own quest. This is pretty much accidentally confirmed that there are quests locked to your life path. If there's a quest locked for only nomads, then there are ones only for Corpo and ones for Street Kid. It's kind of basic inferencing. Got you. It's quite English skills. I did talk about this back when we first heard about it, but I was the size of a peanut or some people's dongs when they get into the customization of Cyberpunk 2077, aka non-existent. I'm actually really hyped to see what people come up with. I'm I'm expecting like alien faces and then some, in-depth ones that look like Keanu and all that. It's going to be like a mix of funny to actually impressive. So yeah, all the life paths have unfinished business after the life path is actually finished. Then we might get the chance to actually tie up, because they wouldn't let plot threads just go unfinished. It's lazy Game of Thrones, and people aren't gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be like, hey, what's going on? All the work and detail they've put into the world of Cyberpunk 2077, they're not leaving plot threads unfinished. Now, don't quote me on this, but there might be a unique Rayfield aimed mission for Street Kid, other than the first time you end up stealing it, get caught, blah blah blah, Street Kid backstory. It's just a hunch though, so don't take it as facts, because I could see them, making that quest available to everyone so you don't get locked out of a unique car. But I feel like that Rayfield, we're definitely gonna end up driving that. Just, you don't tease us with it in the start of a game and then not give it to us, And a perfect transition for the case for the Corpo life path, because Corpo screws you over out of that Rayfield, but Corpo life path. Now hear me out, all the life paths have their own interesting stories, yes, 100%. But the Corpo life path throws you face first into the themes of this game. We went through yesterday the insane corporate powers, the powers that be holding all the power and over-sexualization of everything as a result to blind people from what is actually going on, from all the power, distractions. So you're thrown into the treachery, the scheming, the power moves, and bureaucracy. I completely didn't make an edit there because I couldn't say bureaucracy, I swear. Of the high and mighty of Arasaka, because you do start off as a corporal in Arasaka, but you're pretty low in the food chain. You're not going to be in any of those board meetings, I'm sorry. You work for Arasaka Counter Intel, and as Jackie famously puts it, you're either Saburo Arasaka or you're nothing. Everyone but Saburo is pretty much disposable in Arasaka, and everyone has to watch their own backs first and foremost. This is shown by how the opening scene is V vomiting, which, how do we know this? We know it because all three life paths open in front of a mirror. Hint, hint, that's their cool, oh look, you're customizing your character, but your character is actually looking into the mirror effect. Hey, it's a cool effect. But the stress is so insane that you're straight up vomiting. Just because you're a corpo doesn't mean life in Night City gets any easier. Jackie's exact quote, just for those wondering, because I found it pretty sick and I enjoy my nice it's not one-liner, but I enjoy my nice quotes. You're either Saburo Arasaka or you're the pendejo that keeps him there. Kind of paraphrased it a bit. Anyways, in the Corpo life path, we've seen that V is tasked with taking out his boss's boss. Talk about treachery, right? We had Anthony Gilchrist trying to get rid of, I was going to say Meredith, but yeah, whatever. You have Anthony Gilchrist trying to get rid of Meredith Stout. And now, even before that, we're getting a hint of that in the life path, the actual intro. So yeah, we get a hint of this earlier where, not really a hint, like the intro to the theme by Jenkins, your current boss. He wants to take out his Abernathy so he can move up the corporate ladder of Night City. Gotta love it. And if you're happy you're not doing it, guess what? You're forced into it because your boss Jenkins just gave you an order, and you're given the ability to just for a moment experience the highlights of the high life, giant stacks of cash in your hands. Thank you, Jenkins. Those probably like pocket change to you. Stocks on your interface, high-tech cyberware, so strong that you can crush the guy's neck with just a push. Oh, you are the big dog in this junk town of thieves and criminals and lowlifes trying to get just a slice of what you have right now. You also get to ride in a flying car, which it was confirmed that there's only a few times your character can actually ride in one of these. You can't drive them though, unfortunately. I know. Sad face emoji, which I'm not editing on, is my emotion right now. Just like the meme where the guy goes, "My life is immeasurably ruined now." His lack of emotion is peak perfection. Just saying. Just like some people that when they make videos, they have like like no emotion. No, come on, bro. You can't be monotone, honestly. So you have to be emotionally dead, just like Stout with her never again heart tattoo. Little does she know that she'll be making an exception for my Corpo V, you know? Nudge, nudge. Oh, just in case you missed the last couple of vids. First of all, why would you do such a thing? Honestly, go watch it. Stop being lazy. I thought so. After this, of course, you have to finish this one first. Just saying. And two, your life paths don't impact your romances, so don't choose your romances based on that. Then again, we don't know if it might make getting those romances easier, because all that we know 110% is that they don't lock you out of them. Now, all I've talked about so far isn't technically the majority of what happens in the Corpo backstory. There's a lot more. This is like maybe, I don't know, 5-10 minutes ish, which I do know what happens, but it's actually pretty cool and interesting. And it's not just getting, the set, setting the scenery and getting the scenery of it. So I'm not going to go over it. You need to actually experience it yourselves, and the footage that they have shown themselves kind of cuts off before the things like hit the fan, you could say. So if you're really curious, maybe you can infer it, put it together from the trailers yourself. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, I guess. You also get unique dialogue options depending on your life path. All we've seen to that effect though is it was used to bypass some skill checks, which you could have had your skills to actually do that, or you had your life path. So I'm holding off a bit about going into that any further until we, I guess, get a bit more news about that, because it does kind of make me think that it might play a much bigger game-changing role. Then again, they said that they don't want to lock you out of too much stuff, so it's kind of like a 50-50 right now. So that's why I don't want to go into it any further than have to make an edit and be like, oh no, this is part 2 video, because they kind of changed everything that we know. Just like customization, oh my god, they did us dirty with the customization actually, and the perks. Everything they show, hey, this is everything that's being worked on from the deep dive right now. Next video. Yeah, well, not next video, like a year later. Yeah, no, we gutted the entire system. We have a new one. Haven't even started working on those. It's gonna be a pain. Anyways, yeah, the last thing that just makes Corpo stick and highlight and just be amazing, other than showing the world of Cyberpunk 2077 its main themes quickly, the treachery of how far the world is against you and you being out to save yourself, because that is actually what the game. It's funny, some people didn't take it literal enough about how save yourself is the main mission of the game. Because for those that don't know, that biochip, what it does is it kind of copies whoever's on that chip into a blank body, except it's not a blank body right now. So what it's doing is it's erasing you and copying Silverhand. That's kind of the unique thing, which isn't like anything people wouldn't know if they looked closer into the trailer. So I didn't like ruin anything. So yeah, I'm still working about that dynamic between you and Silverhand video. But Silverhand is the embodiment of anti-corporations, and he's got access to your memories and thoughts. He even says so. V, you don't have to speak for me to know what you're thinking. You, a corpo, have an anti-corpo railing on in your head. That's hilarious. Then again, you might just have more in common for your thirst. No, not that type of thirst, okay? Just get Judy out of your minds for like 5 seconds, people. Honestly, I was going to say the thirst for revenge. Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, you've You've destroyed me. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like if you enjoyed it, obviously. If you didn't enjoy it, leave a dislike. But you'd have to go look in the mirror afterwards and see the monster that you've become. Just the pure monstrous characteristics for breaking your poor pal's hearts. I mean, I even said I was your pal Flicks at the intro, and you go and do that. And subscribe regardless for more quality content. We'll literally rehabilitate the monsters that disliked into the Flick army. I'm telling you, we can do that. See, I'm kind of feeling a bit not sick. My throat feels a bit sore today. I'm not 100% sure why. So I probably made a lot of mistakes I'm gonna have to fix in editing, unfortunately. Ah, sad life. Yeah, I don't know why it's so sore though. Like, legit, it's sore. Like, it's not even, like, sick sore. It's just sore. Really weird. Maybe I just talked too much yesterday. Who knows? Maybe.